Yo, what's poppin', my people? It's your boy Crooks the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back at you guys. Bro, get up. Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your big homie Crooks the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back with a very important video for you guys, because in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to counter the elbow cheese that is very prevalent in UFC 5. Now, I wanted to make this video because I've been seeing this strategy and this style of gameplay more and more in UFC 5, and it can be one of the most frustrating things to deal with if you don't understand, number one, what your opponent's trying to do, and number two, how to go about working around what they're trying to do to you. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to counter this style of gameplay and how best to approach it when you see it, by breaking down one of the fights that I had on Online Ranked Championships. I'm going to be using Max Holloway. My opponent's going to be using Alexander Volkanovski. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the fight.
All right, so somehow, some way, we've arrived at a fourth meeting here between two all-timers, Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway.
So, all right, the first thing I wanted to point out, just as a side note for you guys, these SSR guys, if you're on PlayStation, I have yet to run into one of these guys that doesn't have cheesy tactics. That doesn't occasionally, if they get hurt or they feel like they're getting beat, they'll just start spamming double leg bails. They'll start clinching a lot, or they'll try to go for a lot of elbows, like you're going to see this guy tend to do here in a little bit. So just be aware when you guys run into these guys on Online Ranked Championships, there's a high chance these guys are going to try to cheese you in some fashion or another.
And Volkanovski has said the first time I fought Max, kind of got by on cardio.
So right here, we try to work the body, taking our time. Nice counter hook.
Those skills on display. What we didn't see is him having to use his wrestling.
Nice calf kick by us right there. All right, so there is what you're gonna see a lot. So you see him throwing the slip hook, which is okay. A lot of people throw that in Online Ranked Championships. It's a very common thing. People try to land the damage off with the slip hook. But if he sees that if he starts to get a feel that we're reading it, he's preemptively ducking and then going with an elbow. Now, this is a style of elbow cheese. It is. This is what I'm talking about with the strategy on elbows being more prevalent right now in UFC 5. And why people do this is because elbows, obviously in real life, they tend to cause more cuts than punches and kicks, right? They tend to do more damage. They're known to just slice you up. So that's why they're trying to do these ducking elbows, these slipping elbows and stuff like that, because they want to cut you open. They do. They want to cut you open. They want to get a cut started, and then they would just want to repeatedly do the same thing until the doctor has to step in and stop you. So first things first, you have to pay attention and understand what the end goal is for them doing this elbow cheese. They're trying to cut you and trying to get the doctor to come in and stop the fight. And it can be very easily done if you don't understand what they're trying to do. If you don't know, hey, you know what, this guy's just elbowing me over and over and over again, that cut can get bad with a quickness regardless of who you're using. And that's why they tend to do that. They try to slip off, throw an elbow. They try to duck underneath, throw an elbow. But this is why I'm making this video for you guys, because I want you guys to see this. And when you run into it in Online Ranked Championships, you got to know how to go about working around it to still be able to win the fight.
Fight 2. It'll be on Max Holloway to change something, get out of the way of the right hand if he wants to regain or reclaim his featherweight championship award.
So, all right, you guys see those two things right there? What I did is to counter that slip hook. So now what I'm thinking in my head is, I know that he's ducking and throwing an elbow, but sooner or later what he's going to start to try to do, in my opinion, is he's going to start to try to slip off and throw elbows. Because he noticed that slip hook landed on us earlier in the round. He's going to eventually switch to throwing the slip upper or the slip elbow. And we don't want that. So we're trying to discourage him from slipping by, number one, throwing the calf kicks, and number two, throwing either the rear hook or the lead hook. So you want to try to narrow their possibilities down. That's the first tip that I have for you. Narrow it down. Take away what they want to do and make them only have one choice, right? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to stop him from slipping and starting to throw those elbows. So we're throwing the hooks, throwing the calf kicks. So that way it's making him have to duck if he wants to actually get some of that elbow cheese off on us.
Big power shot there.
So there's a clean overhand.
I'm not sure for a man that young.
He's going with the body shots.
But just a beautiful combination yet again.
I mean, he's flowing, man.
There it is. There's a ducking elbow. Now you see what it did to us right there? We're a minute and a half into this round. A minute and a half into this round, and we've already got a cut. This is what I was telling you earlier. This is what he wants. He wanted to open that cut on our face. Because them ducking elbows, the more you land them, the worse this cut's going to get.
Big, so long.
Right there, double body shots.
He's tough to deal with at any point, but tonight, in this state, he's a real problem for his opponent.
There's an elbow. There's a cleanly timed head kick. I can't get mad at that. Now, right here is my first mistake. I literally let him hit me with that head kick on the same side that I have the cut on. And unfortunately, this is something that you cannot let happen. And this SSR, like I said earlier, the SSR clan, one of their guys is Effortless. If you guys don't know who Effortless is, he does that same strategy. He loves to throw that rear head kick. And they do that for a reason. And he threw it right here for a reason. He wanted to land on that same side that my cut is on. Because it's going to exacerbate the amount of damage that's already been caused to this side of my face. So that's one of the other tips that I have for you. Do not let them, if you can help it, land shots and free shots. Like he just landed that free head kick on the same side. You need to pay attention to where your cut's at. If it's not over here on the side that you can see it on the left side, it's going to be on that right side. So you have to know where your cut is at and try to protect it, which I obviously did not do right there by getting rocked.
What a great way of mixing up his attack. He didn't stay the course. He mixed it up. He went high with his opponent.
So right here, you see me work the body, but you're not seeing me overcommit on long body strings because, unfortunately, with the way UFC 5 is right now, elbows tend to counter body shots really, really well. They track down low, and especially against smaller guys like Volkanovski compared to Max Holloway, they're going to hit me a lot cleaner and a lot quicker than I would like. So you're not seeing me overextend on body combinations. So that's another tip for you. Do not just start launching off body combinations just because you think your opponent is going to start elbow cheesing you, because those elbows will catch you and they will do a lot more damage and interrupt a lot of body shots. So right here, I'm just trying to back up and reset.
Well, it looks as though that strike maybe opened up a cut around the eye area.
Still looking for that slip hook into the ducking elbow.
But it's nothing to worry about now, but he's got to start to protect it.
Hard shots landing on both sides.
Nice lead body hook by us. We're trying to throw it off beat so that way he can't time an elbow off. Nice body work.
When his opponent is done at 2, he is stringing together 4, 5, 6 more different strikes. You don't do that without having
another elbow. Still just trying to take our time. Now, one of the biggest mistakes you see me making right here, and the next tip that I have for you, is you cannot allow the person who's elbow cheesing you to dictate the pace. You can't. I'm making a really, really big mistake right here by backing up and allowing him to tell me and dictate to me when we're going to start engagements. That's a really, really big mistake. But I can tell you the reason why I was doing this is because I'm just trying to read what he's trying to do. How is he building his offense around that elbow cheese, around that slip hook? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a read for what he's doing. He's throwing some body kicks. He's loading up on overhands. That's the strat that he's going with on top of these elbows. So unfortunately, although I'm giving up this round and eating a lot of damage to this eye, I'm making the reads. And this is okay. This is okay to do, but I would not recommend it for everybody. Sometimes you're just going to have to walk forward at somebody and dictate to them when the exchanges start. So that way you can potentially even hit a pull counter elbow of your own, or you can start to get them a little bit flustered.
Now you see some visible damage on the side underneath the elbow. He told us he was going to invest in the body, and he hasn't missed a whole lot tonight.
You didn't expect it.
Right there, we're landing some clean combinations. You see him still going for those elbows. We cut him open right there and hit him with a clean elbow. But he comes back and hurts us right there. We got to fight back. And our eye is looking real, real bad right now.
To land a perfect shot, and that was a perfect shot.
Oh, punches and bunches. So pretty good recovery
Nice
by the
uppercut.
opponent after getting stunned pretty quiet. So the
All right, now I'll actually stop it right after
halt
this.
to the action here, likely to have the doctor come in and look at the swelling around that eye. Not good, DC.
You cannot allow these fighters.
Now you guys see the doctor's coming in, and this is what he wants. We're in the first round, and he's already got the doctor coming in.
All right, well, the doctor appears to think he's still good to go. And you know what? If it's good enough for the doctor, it's good enough for me. All right, here we go. Round 2. It is Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway.
So now I want to just touch more on the point that I made before on the last stoppage, right? We let him dictate the pace to us, and now we've got all this damage on our face, right? But noticed before the doctor came in, when we were landing shots, we started to land some heavy shots on him. We started to be able to anticipate him ducking down. We hit him with a clean uppercut that broke through the block. We were able to hit him with a clean lead hook that actually knocked him out of the slip hook animation. We did a lot of clean work. And that's why it's important for you to dictate the pace to your opponent, because once you have the read on what they're trying to do, now you can force them to do things that you want them to do. And that's the next tip that I have for you. Dictate the pace and force them into doing and slipping or going into the direction and doing what you want them to do. It's very, very important. So like this guy, for instance, we know he wants to duck. So we're going to throw a jab lead hook, get him to duck and try to go for that elbow. And as soon as he ducks, we're firing off that rear uppercut. We're trying to knock him out of that animation. We're trying to break through that block. If I feel like we're closing the distance, I'm going to be throwing a jab lead hook or a feint jab into a rear hook to try to bait him into slipping and going for either a slip hook or a slip elbow. But we have to dictate the pace. And this is what I'm saying. It's super important that you understand that you have to start dictating the pace to these guys. Because if they dictate it to you, your face is going to end up like mine is right here. And you don't want that.
All right, here we go with 2 of the consensus 3 greatest featherweights.
Right here you see me popping off the jab. Caught him right there with a clean front kick because he's not blocking when he's out of range.
Perfect shot there, DC, and one more of those, he might be out.
I mean,
There's a lead hook.
Be over. I can't believe he's still standing. That shot landed perfect.
Popped him with a jab straight as he entered in, and there we caught him. We were able to catch him because, like I said, we made the read earlier. He hit us with a head kick. That same head kick he just threw, he landed earlier in the round. So he tried it again, and we made him pay for it. And I knew it was coming because he threw it earlier.
Well, that's the end of the round, and thankfully for him, it came at the right time. He got knocked
So
down.
although we took a lot of damage in that first round, we were able to land a knockdown there at the end of the round, get some damage off. But in the second round, now we got to execute a game plan against it. We're not touching that glove.
Fast leg kick lands.
We'll give him the leg kick because he's not overcommitting on those.
Such a fan favorite. Beautiful land there with
Think
the
he's
left
still looking
hand,
for
and
that
now
duck.
we'll see what he can do with it.
That left hook was crazy.
Open up
Now
the eye
part of
again.
factor, you see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got.
Now you see me? I'm switching up the tempo right here. I'm switching it up because I'm going to try to take control of the pace that we're fighting at. You see me throw an offbeat combination that landed on him. You see me start to have a little bit more volume. A little bit more volume is what's going to do and have success against this SSR Boom guy.
Got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
Well, this fight's been pretty crazy.
Popped him with a straight.
Both guys doling out a lot of damage, and neither seems too bothered by it, but clearly both.
Now, one option that I could have done here is I could have timed out a front kick when I felt like he was going to walk forward. But the reason why I didn't do that is because, number one, he's slip hooking, and number two, he's throwing an overhand. So if I don't get that perfect timing on the front kick to get a stun, he's either one, going to slip and throw a slip hook and I'm going to get knocked down, or two, he might catch me with an overhand in max vulnerability and I'll get flatline KO'd. So I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, why didn't you throw out a front kick? He was being very predictable when he was walking forward. And that's why. Because I don't want him to just randomly slip hook me while I'm trying to throw a front kick and just get flatlined, or throw an overhand and catch me and put me to sleep. So it's a viable tool, the front kick is, but it's very dangerous against people like this. So just be aware.
Both parties are hurt.
Both guys are hurt. Both guys are fighting beautifully.
Right there, we launch off a clean three-piece, landed some clean damage.
They're both doing amazing jobs. Let's see who gets
Got the stun off. Now, I want to go back for just a second, and I want you guys to see what we did right there. Right here, we're sitting at 4. Let's go back to 441. I wanted you guys to watch this exchange. We went for the elbow, which caused him to duck. He ducked. Now, he's going to come back with an elbow, and we're going to back just slightly out of range. Here, let me slow this down for you so you guys can see it. Right? We're going to back just out of range of this elbow and fire off a straight while he's still in that animation, and we caught him. We caught him with a clean straight. Now this uppercut is either going to land or he's going to have to block it. And this is what we were game planning around. We forced him to make the move that we knew he was going to make. We knew he was going to duck and go for an elbow, and I knew that. So I stepped cleanly out of range, fired off that straight, barely missed on the lead uppercut, but while he thought it was safe to walk forward, he caught this jab hook, and we were able to stun him. So like I said, you force them to do what you want them to do. Guys that elbow cheese, guys that do any kind of cheese, they become very predictable. Very, very predictable. So you have to game plan around these type of guys. So right here, we got a rock.
Shot there, DC. He is officially rocked.
a big...
Notice how we're not just rushing him down. So just taking our time. We hit him with a hook, but the overhand caught us. There it is again. See? That time we didn't anticipate him doing it, and we went in and got a little reckless, and he actually landed a clean elbow and did some considerable damage. That was orange just a second ago.
Well, I don't think his corner is going to step in here, but maybe the referee will take a close look. I mean, that eye is disgusting.
Bleeding a lot. And now you see him major lunging. We caught him right there as he was going for a ducking elbow. Popping the jab off. Throwing the uppercut at the end. There it is. We got the knockdown. Now you see right there, we started. Let's go back just a couple seconds because I want you guys to see this. When we have him up against this cage, we're making him play reactionary, which is what we want. We want him to be doing stuff off of reaction. He's major lunging off of reaction. He's ducking down, trying to hit us with an elbow off reaction. And now we can, again, force him to do what we want him to do. Right there. You see him slip into that hook and duck straight into that uppercut. Very predictable because we know what he's going to do. He's looking to slip hook us, right? Same thing. He's slipping into that hook. And then immediately after that, he's ducking into the uppercut. And that's how we were able to get that rock. But we forced it because we're putting the pressure on him. We're making him play reactionary. He's not thinking. And this is the game. This is the gameplay of people that don't want to have to think. They start trying to do cheesy things. They start trying to get into the same routine, same rhythms. And once you interrupt it, they become very, very predictable and a little bit more easier to finish. So right here, we got The Rock throwing those body shots because they're trying to lower that stamina down because it is a 5-rounder. But there, he shoots for a takedown. And that's when you know you got him.
The ground and pound strikes continue to rain down. The opponent better move out of harm's way or the referee's going to stop this.
It's right there, we're punching. We try to go for full guard. He denied it. We denied his full mount.
All right, so perhaps he's going to have to address something defensively.
We denied that transition right there. Hit him with the sweep. Now, one of the reasons why I believe he shot for this, and you guys will see some elbow spammers actually do this, or elbow cheesers actually do this, when they have your eye hurt and they've opened a nice little gash on you, they'll take you down and just lay on you and baby punch that cut. Baby punch that cut. Because the damage does add up. It's not a lot, but it still does add up onto that eye. That's why he shot down. That's why you've seen him popping me with a lot of baby shots on that same side my cut is on when he was on top. Because he wants to open that cut up and get more damage on it without having to worry about the damage coming back at him. So right here, we got him on the defensive. We blocked that full guard attempt. Punch, gain side control. Now we're going to test out his ground and pound defense here in just a second because we get the knee on belly. We landed some heavy ground and pound damage before he's able to get us back into half guard right there. He tries to go up. We deny that. We go for side control again, and we get it.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent.
So tip number, I don't even know what number tip we're on, but another tip for you is if you don't want to have to deal with elbows on the feet, test their ground game. You can test their ground game. If I had a little bit more better of a grappler than Max Holloway, I probably would have taken this Volkanovski down. But because I chose Max Holloway, I'm not just going to be shooting for takedowns or double leg bailing this guy 24/7. But if you are a grappler and you do have good offense or decent offensive grappling, test your grappling. It is all right to do so. We denied that transition. He's able to get sprawl. We go for the Darce choke right here. We're draining that stamina down. We go for the Darce choke right there, but he transitioned through it. And I know he's going to go for an elbow on that eye, so I transition to sprawl. And it's the end of the second round. Very, very clean work from us, although we did eat a little bit more damage on that eye. We did do a really, really good job of landing some heavy damaging shots to him. So now we're putting him in that pressure cooker a little bit. Now he has to worry about us finishing him. So now look at what I did right here. I switched to southpaw. So that way that lead eye, if he does duck and hit that eye, he's not going to hit the eye that's already damaged, right? So you're going to see here the adjustment that not the adjustment that he makes, but what he does here is he hits us with a clean slip hook and immediately goes to that back eye. So that's why you see him slipping that way still. He's still slipping to his lead hand side because even if it's not an elbow, if it's that rear hook that he's throwing, it's going to hit that eye. So you're not necessarily safe, but I want to try to prevent him from hitting us with that ducking elbow because that's what's been landing and landing more damage than that slip hook.
Holloway's an absolute mess right now. There is blood everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
So right there, we caught him with a clean uppercut, dropped him. Now we have him in a ground and pound scenario right here, trying to go for a finish, but we're not able to get it. Right there, we go to half guard because he was faking too much. Go for full mount. Get it. He did a good job of moving off quick. We just got to take our time because he wasn't able to get off the ground in the last round. Able to get us back to half guard.
Seems as though his sole focus is
go for side control. We got it again. And we're going to take this all day. And if your opponent is an elbow guy, an elbow cheeser like this guy, whatever if they're going to take laying on the ground with you, do it. Take your time. You've earned this. We've earned this by getting that knockdown. Go for full mount. We're able to get it right there. We're not able to deny fast enough. He's faking. Try to go to full mount, but this time he actually denied it. And he's going to be able to get us into full guard. So we're okay right here. Got to take our time. Now, one of the mistakes that he's making right here, and honestly, it's not a super big mistake, but you notice how he's not hitting that side of my face. He's not hitting the left side. Now, why he's not doing that is because that's the hand, that's the side that the hand is on the head. So if he started to try to elbow me or strike me with this side, I'd easily posture up. I'd get a free posture up. So that's why he's not doing it. But this guy's making a mistake by not occasionally throwing a shot to that side. He's not. And this is what lets me know he's very inexperienced in what he's trying to do. He's probably a newer elbow guy, because experienced guys will punch you 4 or 5 times on this side and then go for an elbow on this side. They'll work in punches on that side. So he was able to sweep us. Now he's punching on that side to the eye. He's able to get full mount, but he lets us out. He goes for it again, and I did not expect that. So he actually got it. Still punching on that side. We fake to the full guard. We deny that full mount transition. We gain full guard.
Lands with the ground and pound here.
Another one. I mean, he cannot miss.
Good, just taking our time. Denied that full mount. He actually blocked the full guard transition. Now we're absorbing a little bit of damage to that eye. We try to go for back sitting that time. He denied it. But we're able to get full guard on the next transition. Able to deny a couple of those shots though. Very clean work from us right there. He denied the full guard again. So this is kind of a little bit of a chess match. And we're not really too worried because we're winning this round. As long as he doesn't posture up and start to rain heavy ground and pound damage. Which is why we denied that posture up right there. So just punching away at that eye. He landed one shot. We're able to sweep him right there at the end of the 3rd round. Now, very solid game plan from us there in that 3rd round. We did get hit with a clean counter shot, but we were able to come back and get a knockdown on him just by mixing in a clean offbeat combination. So in the 4th, we're trying to keep it up. We're back in southpaw. We feinted the straight. There's a clean jab straight. And now look at him. Shooting for takedowns. We're hurting him. Putting the pressure on him. But notice how even when I have him hurt and I'm doing a lot of damage, I'm not just right here. This is where elbow guys love for you guys to be at. Is right in front of them. Throwing wicked combinations at him. Because if they make a clean pull, he's going to stun us. And there's a high chance he's just going to try to back up and get the doctor to come in here and stop it. So I'm taking my time. Launching off overhands. There's a clean lead hook. Knock him down. Going for the finish right here. And we're able to get the job done. Again, the thing that started this off was the read that we made on the lead hook. With the lead hook. The same exact thing. I'm going to slow it down here so you guys can see it. It's the same thing over and over again with these elbow guys. Throws an overhand. There it is, a slip. There's another slip. Looking for either a slip hook or a slip uppercut. We stun him. He pulls back. He ducks again. We catch him with an uppercut. And we go on to get the clean finish. Right there with the nice ground and pound. And that's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you have to approach these guys. Now, just a fair warning to you guys when you guys get in online ranked championships. Guys that use elbow cheese are going to be doing a lot more shiftier and low down, dirtier things than this guy. They'll mix in the slip. He didn't throw a lot of slip uppercuts. He more went for the slip hooks. But there are guys that will add in slip elbows. He'll add in a lot of slip elbows into there. The pull elbow, which is, you know if you've been playing UFC 4 and UFC 5, pull elbows are very, very popular amongst the community. And then they'll still be adding in those ducking elbows. So a lot of the time you'll be getting 3 different slips. So it's very imperative that you pay attention. You pay attention to what they're doing. Are they trying to pull? Are they trying to slip? Are they trying to duck? What are they trying to do to throw those elbows? Very important if you're trying to get victories against guys like this. But that's it for the video, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video and this was helpful to you, make sure to slap that like button, as well as if you're new to the channel, slap that subscribe button as well. I wanted to drop this video really to help you guys out because, like I said, this is a very, very common play style right now in UFC 5 online ranked championships. But until the next video, guys, take it easy, be safe, enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from. And I will see you guys in the next video.